is the F4F-3, and this will be a historical review. This plane has four 12.7mm machine guns. It climbs decently fast, although it still has no comparison to any of the German planes like the Bf-109 F4. So in that regard, getting altitude is still always good. However, you will most likely be outclimbed by many German airplanes and should pick the target that is the most foolish and below you. But that being said, this plane does turn extremely well. It turns faster than the Bf-109 F4, which is your main advantage. And it also turns with the Bf-109 E3 and has about the same speed. So the main competition with this plane will most likely be against the E3s. If you're going against an F4, you are highly outnumbered, and it will definitely take them making a mistake and or good teamwork to take them down. So let's fast forward to some action. And as you can see here, I got up to altitude and I noticed that basically everybody on their team did not get up to altitude, so I was lucky enough to find a team that was filled with a wide variety of noobs, and I am able to dive upon each one of them. And that being said, this plane doesn't necessarily retain energy that well or dive at extreme speeds well, but it is able to do its fair share, and diving from this altitude at this angle, I will definitely be going faster than my Bf-109 opponent. And there we go. That was a terrible angle I took on that plane. However, I'm trying to use my turn speed to an advantage. And at this point, I love how people just fly in front of me, even though I'm right on this guy. And this is why you don't do that right there. Because there are just a bunch of flippin' dumb people flying in this game. So if you ever see a situation like that where someone's shooting through you, just pull off, because it's likely you're going to get your ass killed and or rammed into and critically damaged. There it is. This plane doesn't have the most firepower, as I said before, but it can definitely pack a punch. And here's a good example of the punch, and everyone should remember that this is putting out a little bit more than a Bf-109 F4 as far as weaponry. So it doesn't have just cupcake ammo. And those are relatively hard to take out. And granted that Wellington's doing a lot of this damage here, I'm still able to definitely do my part in taking this guy out. And that's something always to remember. Don't sell yourself short with machine guns. They do quite a lot of damage if you get all the rounds to hit. And one more thing, even though you may get yourself caught in a bad situation with this plane being that you have very little speed, just remember, I mean, you're outclassed by Bf-109 F4 by quite a bit. You can outturn them, but that is about it. And with a hurt wing, it really makes outturning them quite difficult. And this is just a learning lesson. Don't turn to the side of a hurt wing, because if you do, you're going to get pulled to the earth and crash hard. But that being said, the F4F-3 is a very good plane. It is pretty good up to about tier 7 or 8. In historical, you'll be able to squad up with mates at about that level. And then you'll also be able to use it till about 7 or 8 in arcade, replaced most likely by the F4U 1A or the F4U 1D. And hopefully if you guys use this, you don't get yourselves into too many situations where you have to speed away like that. Hopefully you're working in a group so you can get into a large turn fight, which is where this thing is best. Peace out, and you guys have a good one.